Hi, everybody. Thank you for watching. I don't know what day today we are on. I've lost count. I don't know whether today is day 8, but hey, welcome to today. We thank God for the grace upon our lives. We're still here, going strong and looking forward for what God has planned for us and what your plans are. I own no rights to any music, but join me as we enjoy the flow of it. Today, I just want us to remember that whatever situations, whatever circumstances, whatever issues you find yourself in, never allow it defeat you. You have been given the authority to subdue anything that rises its name above the name of the Most High God. Whatever you decide to bind will be bound in heaven. Whatever you decide to lose will be loosed in heaven. Whatever you decide to accept, heaven will allow you accept it. So look around you and ask yourself a question. Why am I allowing the things to happen to me? I was sharing with a friend and I said, there is no harm crying out and asking. Even Jesus did. Jesus was born to die, to come and reconcile us back to God. But at a certain point and a certain hour, it became so hard for him. We talked about Gethsemane. It became so hard for him. And he then went to God to negotiate. Lord, in my own words, this cup, you are God and I know you can do it another way. I know you can allow this cup pass by me. Sometimes we go through situations we don't even understand why it's happening. Because we're not as privileged to know exactly what giftings have been put in us. Maybe because we have never spent time to develop them. We spend time to accept what people always say about us. And on the cross, Jesus even questioned, Lord, why have you forsaken me, Father? When you're going through a trial, a situation, a circumstance, a problem, yes, we all ask that question, Lord, why have you forsaken me? What did I do that I'm being punished? But you see the beautiful thing? Jesus ended up and said, Lord, not my will, but let your will be done. Let your will be done. Are we prepared to say, Lord, I don't understand what I am going through. I don't understand the problems I find myself in. But not my will, Father. Let your will be done. Let your will be done. You surrender your will to the will of God. We all like to take control, power in our own hands, and sometimes it's difficult to surrender that will, because you think when you surrender the will, you surrender your authority. When you surrender your will, you surrender your power. When you surrender your will, you think you've lost everything. But actually, those who understand the concept are quick to surrender their will, because God then takes over. At the point of death, when you die to self, God can take over from there to mold you to who He wants you to be. We all love the glory of what following Christ gives. We all love the achievements of what things you see from the manual of life the people ended up with. But none of us are prepared to die to self. None of us are prepared to go through the trials, the pains they did to arrive at the abundance that they all did. I read a story somewhere and it said this guy bought a land and he was digging for oil, and he dug for a while and did not see anything. He just thought the land was wasted. He gave up at a certain point because he was tired. He thought he'd wasted so much money, so much time, and nothing seemed to work. He sold the lands for peanuts, little to nothing, because to him it was worth nothing. And the person who bought the land, continued digging, and a couple of miles down, he met oil. His life changed. The land was worth billions. If you were the one who had sold that land for nothing, just to find out that a digging for just that one extra day would have brought you millions, but you threw it away because you were tired. You threw it away because you were fed up. You threw it away because you thought you had something better to do. And the person you threw it to now becomes the millionaire. How would you feel? Sometimes most of us, the trials we're going through were just 1 centimeter, 1 inch away from the breakthrough. We give up sometimes in life too soon for the manifestations of the blessings to come. And then we complain and murmur and think God's work, God's word does not work. It doesn't work because we were not patient. It doesn't work because we walked in unbelief and in our own boasting and in our own power. But when you surrender your will, you allow God to manifest His power over you. His word is able to do more than you can ever think or imagine. The problem is, are we ready to surrender our will? Are we ready to trust and believe in what God says? Even though you're going through the trials, even though you walk through the valleys of the shadows of death, He says, fear nothing, because He's already done it all. I'll leave you with this. Even if you're sick today and you said, I have prayed, nothing has worked, will you tell Jesus that your blood was not enough? We will tell Jesus that the stripes on your back was not enough to solve my problem? Would you tell God that the stagnation, the peace you gave was not enough for me to be at peace? Think about it. We do it because we lack the knowledge and lack the understanding. We are more than conquerors. You have the authority to subdue. Arise. Open the book. Look for that authority. Subdue whatever mountains, or speak to the mountains, and it will surely move. For you to do that, you need to dig really deep within you to bring out the power and the gift that is resting in you, not in the outside, but in you. Thank you so much. Love you guys. See you tomorrow by His grace. Bye for now.